Hello friends, well, this is a doll show haul video from an outing I went to on the weekend interstate. I have made this video multiple times unsuccessfully this morning. I just keep getting too emotional, so I'll try not to, and forgive me in advance if I do. It does take a while to come back down to earth from an outing like this. Doll shows are so special, but it takes me more than a few days to get used to being away from the family that we visited. And so this was an extra special doll show because I hadn't been to this one before, and it's in the place where I was born, in Sydney, New South Wales. And also I got to meet some YouTube friends, Lorna from Aaliyah's Reborn World and Suzanne from Baby Bunting Nursery, and Virginia from Virginia Shoot Channel. And I also got to take my little granddaughter with me. And we had a wonderful time. She was so good, and she got to choose some treasures, and we took lots of breaks and went over to the lunch area and took toys out and played in between. So I didn't get to look at clothes very well. There was one outfit I totally fell in love with and would have gone back for the next day, but I ended up on Saturday night getting a very, very bad toothache and still have it today. And so we went to some parks and things before it was time to go back to the airport. And one of the lovely things about social media always is that we can inspire others and make them smile. That's why I get very upset when I do get teary in my videos, but it's been one of those years, having lost my brother and the little grandchildren living far away. And I'm not teaching at the moment, I'm on leave. Some of you may know I'm missing that terribly. And also one of our sons is in the army overseas at a destination I hoped he wouldn't have to ever go to, but he should be back in a few weeks. So it was a lovely escape to go to the show and to spend some time with little granddaughter. And so I'll show you some of the things that I found. But first of all, a big thank you to Lorna and Aaliyah for this beautiful gift of knitted rainbows. I had admired them in one of their haul videos and wondered where they came from. I was going to ask Lorna if the lady was at the show, so I'm thrilled to have them. I use rainbows a lot when I teach because we use the art shape to teach the movement of the hand for a good hand shape and playing musically. So I will use them a lot. I'm so glad I have the dolly hobby at the moment to be creative, because I can't function in life if I don't have the chance to be creative. And I'm missing the teaching so much for that. But I'm sure I will go on to teach other grandchildren like I have taught the ones that I have already. And one of the first things I got was this beautiful black and white sketch. I love black and white sketches. I actually have one from Sydney where we were at the doll show from long ago in one of my scrapbooks. And so this one is a character from one of my favourite Disney movies. It's Rapunzel from Tangled, and my little granddaughter recognised her straight away. So she'll either go in a scrapbook or I'll frame her. And though I didn't get to look at many clothes, I did find this little outfit in a patchwork Halloween print. It was meant to be for a My Child doll, but my daughter had one of those when she was young, and I have one. But I'm sure it will fit any number of my smaller dolls. And so it came with a bloomer's dress, a hair accessory, and little ribbon shoes. Found a little teddy brooch, can never resist a teddy. This bracelet, I wish I got more of those. This one's for my Elsa from Frozen character doll. And I got 4 matching hairbands with little white flowers and green leaves. And they're for I call them my quads, my 4 babies from Ashton Drake in the Bundle of Love series. And they can't wear clothes, so I just get various blankets and wraps and hair accessories for them, so they were perfect. And then this little pink crocheted cardigan in a shell pattern, and that's about tiny newborn size. So pretty. Now I seem to focus on feet because I've got quite a few booties and socks. So first of all, these were Irresistible white lacy booties with lace trim and embroidered rosebuds, and pale pink, the same design, and they're quite big, size 3 to 6 months I'd say, so they'd be for my Tegans possibly. And some pink frilly socks and white frilly socks, and these pink ones with pom-poms. And I always joke that I have a very large sock and booty collection, but I tend to like the dollies to be barefoot. And so I do use them eventually though, and I love their socks to match their outfits. Now this beautiful treasure is a porcelain plate, a Christmas one. It's so big, you can see next to my hand. So it's got a vintage Santa and little children, and Santa's holding a dolly. So no snow in the state we live in, but we have had some frost this winter. But this will be lovely for Christmas, and also for Christmas in July that we've just missed. I only had time to dress the dollies for that this year. We didn't do anything else. And now this wonderful item. My little granddaughter got to carry this around the show, and it kept her occupied quite a bit. And we did stop quite often though to have a break. Sorry if I repeat myself, this is so many times I've made this video and been in tears, so I don't know what I've said and haven't said in which video. This is a sensory bag, or some people call them busy bags. And it's got all sorts of little toys hiding in there, and you get a list of things to find. And the leaflet that came with it says sensory weighted blankets and toys for adults and children. And believe me, they are wonderful for adults. I put my hands in slime and kinetic sand and coloured rice and all the sorts of things I put together. I didn't know much about sensory play for my children, but I've used it a lot for the grandchildren and for my students. So this will be put to very good use. Now this beautiful little mouse I saw on Suzanne's table, and I went to buy it and she gave it to us. And I said, as if you haven't spoiled me enough with all those lovely clothes I won in her giveaway recently. I haven't finished dressing the bubs in those yet. I'm running way behind on my fashion parades and everything at the moment. So that's just gorgeous. And some teddies. I didn't intend to get a reborn this trip. Just as well I didn't fall in love with one, because it's very hard to walk away when you do. I must admit I didn't really look very closely. I had to pace myself because I'm going to the Reborns of Victoria show in August. And I also have a custom to pick up from down there. And so these little teddies, little brown bears, inexpensive ones, are my most heart-melting item, and so I often get them from thrift stores for 20 cents, 50 cents, $1. These were just a couple of dollars. And I love the size of that one for using as a prop with the dollies. And this one came from it's a brand called Teddy and Friends. It used to be a shop in this place where we went, but we couldn't find it the last time we tried, so perhaps it shut down. Sorry if I'm talking and rushing now, but the light is fading, having been working on this for nearly 3 hours. And also, if I go over time, I can't upload properly. So this, categorised as a teddy, but it's a mouse. It's a Charlie bear. And Charlie bears are often mohair and good quality fabric and you just sit them on shelves, but sometimes they do have child-friendly ones. So this is one of their plushies. And she's a beautiful cream colour with a brown nose, and her ears and paw pads and the heart on her tummy are a lovely pale lilac pink colour, sort of mauve. And her name's Madame Roquefort. And there's her lovely tail. And when I travel interstate, though, I don't like travelling overseas very much. We do sometimes go away, and I like to bring home a souvenir that's significant to the journey. So I was just thrilled when I found this teddy, because I was born in Sydney and my birthstone is Sapphire from September, and so he was just perfect. I have had quite a few coloured mohair teddies over the years, but I've never had a dark blue one. And it's a beautiful variegated fabric. And I wouldn't have minded what brand it was, I just fell in love at first sight. But it is a Dean's Bear, which I believe is very good quality. I do know my teddies, but I didn't know this brand. And so he was definitely meant to come home. Now, I said I didn't have a dolly on my list. Well, I did have a reborn on my list, but did I bring home a baby, yes or no? Yes, I did. So I found an Ashton Drake doll. And I still love my porcelain dolls and my Ashton Drakes as well as the reborns and silicons. And who could resist that face? Isn't she so pretty? I haven't read about her details yet, but she is Kathy, and I hadn't heard of her or seen her before, and she's about micro premiere size. And I haven't undone her yet. I wanted you to see that she was brand new in the box and wearing a beautiful smocked outfit. So I'll have fun with her later. Oh, I got through without getting too upset. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. And I'm so glad I got to see some videos of the show from Lorna and Virginia. It does make those special events last even longer because they are over all too soon, and makes you feel as though you're still there. And again, it was so wonderful to meet all of you and to go to such a lovely, big and busy show with lots of friendly people and lots of wonderful treasures. So bye for now.